Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to
Knuff Said.
It's all about pop culture and comics and pop culture. I am Corey Smallwood, a.k.a. K. Smalls the Animal.
I am Danny Morales, a.k.a. Danny Morale, a.k.a. Grim Savage.
That's awesome.
I'm Phil Kidd. No Captain Kidd jokes, please.
Wasn't it Philly the Kid before?
I'm changing it up. No Philly the Kid either. No. I'm working on the nickname thing.
All right, Kyle Royce Haynes, a.k.a. the Kane Marco. No DJ, all one word. What's up?
Let's go.
Nice.
Enough said.
So I say we need to just jump right into the gigantic elephant in the room that is
San Diego Comic-Con. Leaked footage galore. They should just say, hey guys, we're about to show a trailer. Why don't you take your phone out and record it and put it up?
Super crappy phone videos. Please do that. I mean, they know they're going to do that now.
We'll talk smack.
It's a podcast.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You can say whatever you want.
You can say whatever you want.
Okay, all right.
Within reason. Don't tell him that. Let's deal with the even larger elephant in the room. Let's just start off with this whole Batman versus Superman Dawn of Justice trailer.
That trailer, though?
Yeah.
That trailer, though.
Yeah, that trailer.
Kind of fire.
Yeah, it was.
I don't understand how they're going to do the story, but I'm in for whatever.
It was impressive. Most impressive.
Phil, did you see the trailer?
No.
No?
I'm so useless. I had not seen the trailer. I don't know anything about what happened at San Diego Comic-Con. I should have gone. San Diego's probably nice.
Did you see Man of Steel?
San Diego
I
was
did.
awesome.
Yeah. So basically, Dawn of Justice, I think it takes place right after what happened to Man of Steel. So I kind of think it's just the Batman being pissed off. He's like, hey, this alien ruined Metropolis and one of my buildings, I think. Right? I think that's what,
apparently. And people died and stuff.
Yes. There was basically like, hey, there's this alien that could take out the whole world if he wanted to. I'm Batman. Let me go, pick a fight with him.
Well, apparently, if we're looking at, what was given to us in the trailer, maybe he used to be Batman and he wasn't Batman anymore. This is where I have slight storyline issues.
Why, though?
Given my proclivity for Dark Knight Returns.
It kind of feels Nolan-esque, where Batman took years off.
Nolan shit.
I just did so in Nolan's world, Batman took off 8 years in between being Batman for some reason, which would also kind of make him 40 at this point, but we're not going to get into that part of it.
See, the problem with Nolan, okay, the problem with the Nolanverse to me was
Batman can't turn his head?
Yes, and
Nolan doesn't
The
read
Dark
comics?
Knight Rises, because in The Dark Knight Rises
Was hot trash?
was hot garbage.
Was hot flaming trash?
Steamy
wasn't that bad.
It was hot because Batman doesn't quit. Bruce Wayne's obsessed. He's like, he's always gonna be Batman. Batman thing's an idea.
It's a war on crime, not, hey, this dude kicked my ass and now I'm kind of tired and stuff, so
he
I'm
kicked
gonna
his
retire.
ass through the whole. At the end of The Dark Knight, he was like, I don't want to be Batman anymore. So yeah.
Some of the worst fight sequences in any superhero movie I've ever seen in my life.
Wait. I will give the fight between him and Bane and then the end fight where Batman's fighting outside in the daylight. Mm-hmm. I'll give those two scenes, but I like those two scenes.
Okay.
I'm leaving this podcast right now, guys.
Okay.
The one at the end, though.
I'm with Kyle. I enjoyed those scenes.
The one at the end, it was good, but the first fight with Bane,
Where he was just
punched,
completely
telegraphed.
Now, once again,
like this, Power Ranger.
Here was the problem with that. Here's the problem with that first fight.
Power/Rangers. This is Dark Knight Rises, though.
This dude is supposed to have been fighting a war on crime, highly trained. Okay, this one big dude who's also highly trained, just completely and utterly brutalized him. I'm going to leave the comic books out of it because obviously the great thing about that run in the comics was that Bane wore Batman down.
Yeah, he broke him down.
Psychologically and physically. So by the time they fought...
Then he beat his ass.
Then he broke his back. Yeah. Okay, but it was still like an epic fight.
But it's like...
It was super telegraphed. It was actually like watching... one of those bad episodes. You remember when you were a kid and you were watching WWF Superstars and you caught like a bad week? Where it did,
with the jobbers?
Where it wasn't like Hogan
the jobbers
or somebody.
just win?
Yeah, you're like, yo.
With the Brooklyn Brawler.
Yeah, you're like, what's happening?
Fucking 1, 2, 3 kid.
Why is the Rock and Roll Express losing to like these new dudes? The Pie Man or something. What the hell is this? That's how I felt. Regardless of that, we're talking about this trailer. Okay?
Why are you comparing the Nolanverse to Dawn of Justice?
Well, first of all, again, Warner Brothers as a studio, okay, follows a track.
Okay.
So whatever works right now is what they do. Nolan and the darkening of everything works. You can't even you can't tell me you can't see the comparisons between the Batman trilogy and the complete and utter darkness of this.
I like the darkness,
it's super
but I wouldn't
dark.
call it Nolan, man.
But
Nolan did his thing and he ended his Batman.
Blame
and
the
that's
studio
pretty
for
much
that.
it.
No, it's cool, and we're not adding on to the Nolan universe. We're restarting. The issue I have is that I can't tell from the trailer whether or not we're getting a complete Batman reboot, or if Batman already existed, or if something happened and he stopped being Batman, or if they're going to go back into his origin, which would be kind of unnecessary at this point.
It looks like what we're getting, and I say this again as a huge and utter Frank Miller fan, it looks like what we're getting is more Dark Knight Returns rippery.
Yeah, but it's not.
I'm not saying
it's not rippery though. It's the way it's supposed to be. If you're gonna do the real Batman, what Batman's supposed to be like, it has to be Frank Miller.
Hey, look, I'm a huge fan of Frank. What he did on Batman, what he did on Daredevil, revive those characters. What I'm talking about here is this is a whole new run, right? Mm-hmm. If you, in fact, are going to tell the story of the origins of the Justice League and the big three, why is Batman old? And not old, but why is Batman older and having retired and come back when Wonder Woman and Superman show up?
I think
when you're talking about the origins of the League, which is what this film is supposed to be.
I think it's still kind of up in the air, and maybe they're playing different roles.
Sure.
If you look at Batman in media, not some like outside of the comics, like the cartoons and everything. Mm-hmm. So far, we've seen everyone be at around the same equal footing. But if you watch like Young Justice, that was a different type of Batman where he was like the elder statesman, and he took more of a like parental role than even like Superman in that case. Yeah. And that might be what it is now.
I thought that's what his role in the League always was, really.
But his role in the League was like I'm a part of the League, but I'm going to be outside of it. Like I'm an agent, and then if I need to take all of you down, I can. Absolutely. And also like you guys cannot control me, as opposed to being like, listen, I might have. He's almost the Captain America of the team, where he's like the moral compass of the team. And we're not used to that. We're used to like Superman being the Boy Scout, and that coming from him.
Yeah,
and this is
I agree with that.
Yeah. And it seems like with Batman being older, like this is a very interesting take on it. With Batman being older than the other two characters, just because like Superman, if this is picking up right where Man of Steel left off, he's still very inexperienced.
Absolutely, he's not Superman.
Yeah. No, he's not Superman
yet.
Superman
yet. He's still like Kal-El trying to figure everything out. Yeah. And if Batman is going to like beat this lesson into him, then that's cool. I'm with that. Also, if Batman bags Wonder Woman, I'm into that too.
I'm totally into that as well. Because I mean that would be awesome. I mean, basically, I feel like they're doing a little bit of Dark Knight Returns. It looks like they're trying to do a world's finest situation, because that's initially what their plan was.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out when the movie drops. But the trailer did look great.
Batman needs, in my opinion, to be like Frank Miller's run, because his version of Batman, he's a little bit off. He's a bit psychotic. And to don a bat suit and beat the crap out of bad guys, you can't be all there.
I think that showed up in the trailer too, when Clark was saying, "Hey, this guy's,
Yeah, man, he burnt a bat symbol on somebody's chest.
Waging a war of terror. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, cool.
But to delve into the trailer a little bit, two things that really caught my eye was, one, the bat suit that had the message written on it.
That's a Robin suit.
That was a Robin suit.
That was a Robin suit?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I need to rewatch it.
Yeah, man, I got the screenshot.
Yeah,
the joke's on you, Batman.
Yeah, so it's like that's nervous, and that's really dope to me. The other thing is, we're actually going to see Batman use a grapple and swing, and it not look horrible.
Yeah.
Or it not be like cutscene, zip
him
up.
just flying straight up.
The fact when he pulls out the gun and he shoots it and he swings, and I was like,
the cape looks pretty cool, too.
It's the little things that count, damn it. Yeah. It's the small details that fucking count.
The suit looked great. The swing looked great.
Ben Affleck might direct and star in
the
Batman solo joint.
That's he's gonna.
You feel great about that?
Johns.
Yes, man. Did you?
Jeff Johns? Yes.
Fucking Jeff Johns is gonna write it
alongside
Ben Affleck.
Did you see the Towns?
Yeah, like Argo and all that.
Yo, if I'm in.
He's done a great job with those films. I'm gonna be cautiously optimistic, because again, I respect Affleck's newfound directorial savvy, but this is Batman.
No, I
take my Batman very seriously.
I think he's gonna do great.
Like you said earlier, he said, hey, I'm trying to get into having an idea of what it's like to direct a comic book movie. I don't know if I want you to take your first driving lesson with Batman.
They gotta trust the shit out of him, man.
They have to.
They have, because if these movies fail, DC is going over to Marvel, and that's pretty much it.
Well, I mean, DC is already 15 steps behind as it is.
Yeah.
So we all know what the impact of this movie has to be. Now they're looking at dollars and cents because that's what they care about. I'm looking at cultural impact.
But
you know what I mean? If it doesn't work, people are gonna go. They're gonna make a ton of money because people are gonna, just like we said before 2 years ago, they're gonna make a ton of money. That's for sure. We're all gonna go see it. But if it's not culturally impactful, it's gonna be like another, Clubber Lang punch to the face.
So this movie is supposed to be the beginning of like a Justice League franchise for Warner Brothers. It's their answer to Avengers.
They're not doing the formula that Marvel,
They're kind of doing it,
They don't have a
but they're not.
20-year plan with 37 movies.
Exactly. I mean, they're leading up.
I think it's reverse. They're gonna do a Justice League film,
and then split off
with the Suicide Squad. I think that's establishing the villains. This is going to establish the heroes.
Suicide Squad's like that Guardians of the Galaxy.
Did you see the trailer for that?
No.
There's
a trailer for that now?
There's
a full trailer?
Somebody took a video of the footage, but it's kind of far.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it's it's in there. You got
This is why we can't have nice things, because everyone keeps recording everything. I don't understand why people, to take a step back and think about San Diego Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
People were waiting for 17 hours for the Star Wars reveals.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I couldn't imagine waiting for 8 hours in a line and then saying you have to leave the room. It's like you pay however much money to go to San Diego Comic-Con for the entire weekend
to wait online.
To wait for a day for one panel, and you just walk around after that?
Yeah, but I'll catch it online from you, asshole, because you recorded it.
Or you can just wait because it's not like media outlets aren't there.
Yeah.
I watched the whole thing on IGN.
Yo, I would be I would jealously guard every piece of information I got. I wouldn't record anything. Like, I don't know if any of you ever been to DMC DJ battles.
Absolutely.
Ever.
No.
They have a rule there. They play a game there. If they catch you recording somebody's routine, they break your phone.
Yeah.
And they just have dudes from the dudes from, oh man, I was living on my Africa Bambaataa. Not
Zulu
the
Nation.
black. Zulu Nation walks around and will break your phone if you are recording something.
I thought it should be a Comic-Con.
They should just have cats in Star Trek outfits.
They take that very seriously.
Stormtroopers just walk around breaking people's phones.
But you know the funny thing about Comic-Con, though,
you guys in Batman suits punching you in the face.
That is that they say they don't want that to happen, but they do.
No, yeah, exactly.
They do want that to happen. They want you to record it. They want you to share it. They want you to share.
Yeah, they want you to go on YouTube and see this has been taken. They'll be like, "Fuck, I gotta search."
They want you to share your shitty, cell phone videos. They want that. That's just they don't have to pay for that marketing. That's free marketing. They don't have to pay for it. Yeah, record it. True. Sure, record it.
That's true, and then it kind of makes you more thirsty for the actual release, but I would jealously guard that information like I earned it. If I waited online for an hour, I earned this.
I'm not sharing that.
Nah, y'all gotta wait.
I'm gonna put my watermark on that video, damn it.
At least, right?
It should have your face behind the...
Yeah, exactly. Mine.
Like a South Park face with the jaw going... Mac.
Exactly.
Or just start trolling, just have World Star videos. Just instead of it being the actual recorded trailer, it's just like you palming a World Star video.
You're like, Knuff Said! Knuff Said!
Speaking of which, you mentioned Star Wars just a couple of seconds ago. That Star Wars behind the scenes.
I didn't see that
video. You didn't see it?
Nope. I just saw pictures. It was
wow.
It was too much.
It was
man.
exciting. There was some cool.
It was the feels. The feels.
What was it?
It was basically like a video that's showing you little bits of behind the scenes and the actors talking about how important it is and how big it is and stuff that wasn't in any of the trailers. It was basically like a trailer to make you cry. Basically,
it was a lot of shots of practical effects stuff. Absolutely. It was guys painting alien costumes.
That's great.
Models of TIE fighters and stuff.
Yeah, and great. Talking about how they wanted to make sure that, despite the fact that we live in a digital age, JJ wanted to make sure that what was great about the original trilogy.
Yeah.
You know, the practical effects, guys in suits, the robots. All that
The
stuff
audience could
is
tell
still
all that
there.
bullshit now.
Yeah.
They're like, that guy's not real.
Yeah, you can. I mean, and no matter how awesome it looks, it's not the same as.
But you know what I hate? I hate
practical effects.
the CGI blood.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
I fucking hate CGI
I didn't
blood.
realize that was a
hate
thing until I watched probably like until I watched so many like Schmoes Knows and like other people talk about how bad digital blood is, and just went back to old movies. And I'm
like that's.
there's a huge difference.
Oh,
It's like when
absolutely.
you see like the real squirt with a guy with the fucking pump in the
Squints,
background and it's squirting out, you're like, that looks
That's
real.
what it
And
looks
you know
like.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But then the CGI, the Robert Rodriguez blood. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I love me some Robert Rodriguez.
No
man.
disrespect
No
to the OG
disrespect.
Robert Rodriguez. He's that dude.
Fucking love him, but the CGI
He
blood.
doesn't
is like,
OD
come
it
on,
with
man.
with. I mean, he makes you laugh.
The
when he
Walking
does.
Dead does that shit, and I let them fucking fly with it. But I don't give them shit because it's a great show.
They
But The
don't
Walking
over- they
Dead
don't- they don't
uses
overdo
CGI
it.
blood.
I tapped out season 2. of Walking
I
Dead.
tapped
Really?
out
I read the
this
comic.
season. I was like,
I read the
man.
comic as well.
I read the comic. I was like, you guys are doing too much.
Great
You're
show
doing too
though.
much.
Great show.
Is it-
I'm still watching.
I can't believe it. Oh well, people say that if you can get past season 2, that
Absolutely.
it picks up.
If
after
you
that.
can get past season 2,
Yeah.
it does in fact
It
pick
has
up.
its
Yeah,
ups and
season
downs,
2,
but
yeah.
the last season I thought was
Yeah, last
quite
season was
good.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I think this next season is about to be crazy though, given
But it's
how
like-
last season ended.
What more can you know what I mean? It's like the world ended, man.
Well, now
It's
we've
fucking
got-
zombies. You're all
now
gonna
we've
die
got-
eventually.
Well, there's a lot going on in regular Walking Dead. Now we've got Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Fear the Walking Dead is a spin-off show that takes you back to the beginning of the zombie epidemic, so that you find out it takes place in L.A. So that you find out how things started and how the outbreak happened there and how everyone was affected.
Let's milk this cow.
That-
They're gonna have
Let's
celebrity
fucking milk
cameos.
the shit out of this.
Yeah,
bitch.
right. That'd be awesome.
You're gonna have fucking like
Zombies are
Carrot
gonna
Top's gonna
eat.
come out as
Yeah.
zombie.
Yo,
Lindsay
Kirkman,
Lohan.
Kirkman's making dough right now,
Kirkman,
man.
Yeah,
Kirk-
fucking Kirkman.
Kirkman's winning right
Can I
now.
just get an Invincible cartoon?
Oh, you fucking read my mind.
That'd be pretty
yeah,
awesome.
man.
Let me just get an Invincible cartoon. I'll be happy.
There's something on HBO or
Yo,
fucking Netflix.
you could even
know?
throw in Tech Jacket and Space Dog. I wouldn't
Yeah.
care as long as I get my Invincible cartoon, bro.
That would be pretty freaking awesome.
But just going back, a bit to Walking Dead. What's the Maggie's boyfriend's name again?
Glenn.
Glenn.
Yeah.
Glenn. I want to see Glenn die already. I saw Glenn die in the comic.
No, dude.
I want to see that.
There's a different
On
when,
screen.
When Glenn died in the comic,
That
though,
was I put the
that
comic
was
down.
every-
I
that
was
was
like,
everything.
damn, man.
It was a rough one.
everything.
It was down in the comic. It was a rough one.
Yo, like, I mean, speaking of this week comic, there was
Oh.
a new Walking Dead that came out.
Oh.
All the fills.
Let's not talk about
Oh,
that.
yo, hold on.
We're not talking about this week's comics yet.
No,
Relax on the
oh,
solo
man.
tip.
All
Relax.
right, hold on. All right.
Let's
The
finish
Deadpool
up.
footage. Did anybody
Thank
see the
you.
Deadpool
Thank
footage?
you.
Did you see it?
I didn't see the footage.
No?
I saw the fan reaction.
Yeah, that shit looks.
I heard the footage was
That
man.
trailer was. That's Deadpool.
He's not schizophrenic though in the movie, but still though, that shit is comedy
That's
gold.
that's
man.
still more of a new. That's more.
That's
of a
more of a
new
new
idea
character innovation.
with-
Don't looking into
yeah.
it. I think it happened in a story in like 2003 or something like
Yeah,
that.
I mean it's still relatively new compared to how old the character is, but like when dude started writing Deadpool with the two other voices,
Yeah.
like that wasn't always how it was
No, no,
written. It was
yeah,
just,
Yeah. And
that's how we
he
got.
was a villain even.
yeah, we got used to like seeing
Yeah.
that because like he did it so well.
Yeah.
you
I mean,
know?
obviously, the OG Liefeld Deadpool was not, a schizophrenic, break
he-
the fourth wall type.
he was
of
just a
character.
mercenary,
He was a
that's it.
mercenary. You know what I'm saying? Weapon X program.
That's it.
He
was
wasn't
just a
all
villain.
there.
Yeah.
But I mean, of course, we've gone far past that now into the whole.
Then he did an Ed
comical-
McGuinness run. He did an Ed McGuinness run where he fell in love with Siren and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
Then he started getting a little bit more.
I mean, they definitely have
hokey.
made him kind of super hokey. I
But
mean,
you think that they did that because you think that the people with the actual disease, or if you want to call it, the schizophrenia, would kind of be like, hey, that's kind of like a cheap shot. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know, man.
Having a superhero with that.
I thought Deadpool was a pretty serious character. I thought
Yeah.
he was a great character. During we're talking about the '90s, early 2000s. Right? I thought he was great. I don't think he's bad now.
Yeah.
I think he's just kind of, this is what he is. He makes jokes. He's funny. He still kills a lot of people.
Yeah.
He talks to the audience. I think they just kind of, he's evolved into this really kind of special character. I won't say that it's a negative or a positive.
I mean, my first introduction to him was Cable and Deadpool.
Yeah.
Was obvious. comic relief to like the ultimate straight man was Cable, and he's kind of just. I think it's one of the few moments where, because fans like the character so much, they started giving them more of the fans. They started giving more of the character, and then he grew into this. This popularity grew from just being like a cult thing to now like it's undeniable. Deadpool's has to be one of the biggest characters in the Marvel roster at this point. It's insane, and it's insane how like what's happening to him happened to Wolverine. We saw that happen in the 20s.
Yeah.
Different people write different levels of his powers. Different people write different voices that he sounds like. So it's interesting to see how he gets handled depending on who's writing him.
Yeah, for sure. But I think for sure that I'm pretty excited about there being a proper film. I think the way he was depicted in that Wolverine film that shall not be named.
Who thought about that though? I mean, it's okay. You obviously have the Marvel guys on set. Who was it? The Avi.
Yeah.
You know, did he approve that? Did he say, "Hey, so we're gonna make Deadpool into Baraka"?
from Mortal Kombat.
You know what I mean?
But we've said this many a time. You know, this is before Marvel Studios. You still have situations licensed out. You know, you can be there and kind of guide things, but you can't always control how things are going to turn out when studios are involved. That was a piece of hot flaming garbage. You know, X-Men Origins Wolverine is a terrible film.
Wait. Was
Are you
whack.
trying to tell me that when you have the acting chops of a Will.I.am and a cowboy hat throughout a movie that you weren't taken aback? Like, that movie killed and destroyed so many different things. They destroyed the Blob. They destroyed Gambit. How do you mess Gambit up?
Exactly.
And then, like, Ryan Reynolds was the only redeeming quality in that movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The absolute only.
They destroyed Wolverine's claws when they decided, you know what? In this shot, I'm gonna make him the CGI for no reason at all.
They are
Like,
CGI in that movie, aren't they?
Like, don't
I
you
mean-
own the claws? Don't you guys have like 8 prop claws? Why is this CGI?
Shouldn't we drop an atomic bomb on everybody that was responsible for that? That's how I feel. It looks like we got a latecomer joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, my name is Dallas Penn. I like to say the word internets a lot because it applies to all of us. We're all interconnected networks. You know, people chided George Bush when he said the word internets. He was a visionary that one time.
Just that once.
Just that once.
Excellent. Excellent. Welcome to the conversation.
Good to be here. Good to be here. I gotta say, I kind of did enjoy Wolverine Origins. I mean, in the sense that I enjoyed it as a little spectacle to go to the theater and watch. And I mean, am I late to say that all of these things kind of get jumbled and mismatched simply just to bring in a bunch of people into the story?
Yeah.
Bringing a whole new set of fans?
Absolutely. I was 2 seconds away from saying, obviously, you've got people who've grown up reading comics who feel a certain way. You certainly have got people who never read comics or people who kind of maybe dabbled in comics. Obviously, studios want both sets of money. Sometimes, you know, the stuff that comes out is at the detriment to one group or the other.
But bro, it was just bad though.
Yeah, it's so bad.
It was
I mean, first of
bad.
all, Will.I.am should never do anything.
That was to sell action figures.
Will.I.am can make a hip hop beat. You won't believe it, but he can. There are actual examples of that.
I agree.
But
Please don't get on any more records. Just produce records and then leave the room. Also, take Fergie with you. That would be awesome. Take Fergie with you.
The tiny, all
Fergie
right.
right here. She's
Yo, the tiny. Oh my gosh.
Fergie is getting AARP money right now anyway. I mean, seriously. Isn't Fergie like in her 60s?
Yeah, she's got to be like 80.
no.
Okay.
Really?
Well, she's lived a hard life.
Nah, she's
Yeah.
I look at her hands like you forget the pictures. Don't look at the smile. Don't look at the face. Look at people's hands and pictures. Like look at Janet Jackson's hands. Janet Jackson's fine, but when you look at those hands, you could say, "Oh man, Janet, you've lived.
Yeah, definitely.
You've seen some things."
Yeah. Janet steered away from the cocaine, though, as far as we know.
Really?
But
Really?
Fergie certainly
She
had a lot-
steered
Went
into
hard.
it.
Right.
She dived in and swam around
Right
in
into
it,
the
rolled around in
snowplow.
it,
Speaking of
set
swimming,
herself on fire.
Fergie was in the Hollywood hit Poseidon.
Yeah.
She was in
The what?
the Hollywood hit.
That was a something? What was Poseidon?
Fergie needs an
I can't
atomic
believe-
I
number.
just saw her recently and she
Wow.
was in it. I was like, oh wow, freaking Fergie's in this.
I mean, good for her.
Now that we've all accepted that Fergie
Alright.
and also Will.i.am are unacceptable.
This week in comics.
This week in comics.
Who collects comics?
I do.
Religiously?
I read them.
No, yeah, maybe.
I don't know religiously. More like
I go to Midtown Comic. It's not a plug.
agnostically. Is that a category?
Every Wednesday.
Nah, I always buy something every Wednesday.
Yeah.
And always try to buy like single issues every Wednesday too from a local
Absolutely.
comic store.
I mean, for those who don't know, the big thing in comics now is Marvel's Secret Wars. So basically, the universe and the Ultimate Marvel universe have ended, completely done.
As we know it.
As we know it, the world ended in Marvel Comics. So basically, the heroes have put together a battle world where every. You want to pick that up, Corey?
Basically, at the end of
It's
the
like
last
science.
run, it's sciencey. Basically, due to the convergence, and I'm using that word specifically,
Convergence.
of
Fuck
the
you, DC.
of the multiverse. All of this.
Super anti DC by the way.
Yo,
Yeah.
We haven't seen
No, okay,
one
hold on.
positive thing yet.
Wait,
All right.
wait. Let's.
Before we go in,
Are you making a disclaimer?
the positive thing about DC
Is
is
it they
Batman.
Vertigo?
Is that Batman is awesome?
That's pretty much it at this point. But
And now back to Marvel,
Right.
Marvel Secret Wars. Basically, it's a take on the original Secret Wars run from back in the 80s that was super awesome and included a guy with a Jufro and a white jumpsuit called the Beyonder. And
Bars.
that was once upon a time a hell of a thing, guys.
No,
But
it
basically, at the end
was.
of the storyline that just
Monica
ended,
Rambeau for a second.
all of the different versions of the Marvel universe became one
yeah, so every story
and restarted.
from Marvel, every alternate timeline from Marvel from back in the 70s, it's all in this one, the battle world. So yeah,
It's called Battle World, but it's basically Doom. Apparently,
Is God.
is God here.
God for some reason.
And there's all of these different sections, and in each section, like okay, there's a section where it's like Hulk World, and there's a section where
Spider-Man is married and has kids.
yeah,
and
Spider-Man's
there's an
married
old
and has a
man
kid.
Logan, and-
Yeah, there's Old Man Logan. There's Civil War. So basically, all the best and coolest Marvel storylines are all in this same world in these different little sections.
So basically, they took a bunch of what ifs from
Thank
your
you.
favorite
Yeah.
events that have happened over the past
It's like
20 years.
it's like a collection of what
and
ifs.
you're going to figure out which ones are going to continue in continuity after.
Well, they're all kind of tied together. I don't think any of these current stories are going to continue. The universe is going to get rebooted. I think some of the stuff that happens here, because there are people who remember what happened at the end of the last storyline. Doom remembers.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange remembers. And a group of characters who got there in the ship remember.
You should
Yeah,
pick
Doom-
up Secret Wars.
Yeah, you should
Yeah,
probably
it's
read it.
Definitely.
It's like Doom, Doctor Strange, and then one set of bad guys and one set of
One
good
set
guys.
of good guys remember.
It kind of
And
reads
it-
like
yeah.
Game of Thrones almost.
Yeah, it's,
It
yeah.
does.
A cosmic Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Well,
does.
it's actually, I didn't know what was going to happen. I don't mean to cut you off.
No.
I didn't know what was
So
going to happen
excited.
at the end of the last run. I was really, really skeptical. But so far, it's been like Marvel, The Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
You know?
So, what did you pick up this week?
I picked all of the Secret Wars books up.
Yeah. Damn.
In
They got you by
Yeah.
the balls.
I mean, I got a
They
box.
fish hooked you.
It's all good. At
Crazy. That's mad books.
well, you know, I space it out. On the DC end, Batman related titles.
Yeah.
There's nothing else that's being read. I think Justice League. I think I picked up.
The
one of
Commissioner
Justice
Gordon is Batman now.
So
There it is. I threw that shit
over
out.
Bruh.
Commissioner Gordon is Batman.
over in DC.
Then he has a mohawk.
post Convergence,
Which
was hot flaming trash.
highly enough, it sounds like
well, yeah.
what Marvel's
They're
doing
very
with
similar.
Not
Secret
a- wait,
Wars.
no. I have not read Convergence because that looked to me like a money grab and they just wanted everyone to buy covers. Like, I feel like the only
Yeah,
reason why they
man.
did that was to make 1 million covers to get people to buy it.
DC destroys their universe every 2 years.
It's the same story.
Every
in
2 years,
multiple
like, you know what?
universes.
We're bored.
Yeah.
Let's kill everyone and start over.
Well, the biggest issue with DC is that all of their characters are steeped with such history that they feel like they have to restart so people can have a fresh jumping on point. But there's just a certain point where you have to continue a storyline and build continuity, and it has to happen over the course of 5 years. But you keep having these events that rip everything down and build everything back up. You can at least say Marvel hasn't done it. When Marvel wanted to do this, they created the Ultimate line.
Yeah.
And they haven't really wrecked everything. They've done events routinely every summer to pull everything together, make a starting point, and then go.
But not destroyed everything.
Yeah,
but their characters stay dead, though. That's what's cool
time.
about the Ultimate Universe is like
Ultimate,
we had a couple of characters and we killed Wolverine, we killed all the X-Men.
And then they didn't come back.
And it keeps on going.
Yo.
That's what was cool about the Ultimate.
There's a history there without rehashing. We got a Superman Earth 2, 3, 4, 5, and
but but we obviously know why that is as people outside of the comic book universe. You got DC Golden Age, Silver Age, all that good stuff, and so you've got a bunch of writers writing different stuff. Then we get to an era, then it's new writers. Oh, let's reboot it. Yeah. So they've rebooted the same stuff like 5 or 6 times, but they're saying it's the same characters. So you got Batman from the beginning with the purple gloves and the gun.
Yeah.
You know, you got Superman who can't fly, who's jumping from building to building. Then they get to another era, and you know, John Bryan, all those guys reboot stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why they have to do this, because they don't have one thread. You know,
and because culturally you have to do it.
You have to do it.
You
Absolutely.
have to do it. I mean, people flew to the moon.
Yeah.
Purportedly.
Yeah. Yep. Supposedly, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So because culture changes, I mean, you've got to take this. I mean, that was DC's real failing.
Yeah.
DC was not able to have characters that fit in a cultural context.
Yeah.
And they've tried it, and they found little intersections.
Yeah.
But they never really had that group of characters that said, man, listen, you know, we're gonna fight terrorism. They were fighting Nazis in the 90s. It was kind of like
after 9/11, I think
DC
comics changed.
DC caught wreck in the 70s,
you know?
when Marvel like exploded because they were dealing with like what was really happening in the world. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
You talk about the Green Lantern, Green Arrow. Series with
I mean that
Speedy and all
that was a great run, but it took them forever to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And they didn't deal with what was happening with race relations. They didn't deal with what was happening with the Vietnam War. They didn't deal with a lot of things.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Whereas Marvel jumped right in, and I think that's what helped.
All of the characters were right from what was culturally happening. And it's like, well, the Peters from Queens, the Luke Cage from Harlem, it was like
that's
real
been a mainstay.
people, real characters. You know, when they'll say it again in DC, it's always about Batman, not Bruce Wayne. It's about, you know what I mean?
Us living in New York too. I mean, we're kind of. We're aided because Marvel had that New York backdrop.
The Hell's Kitchen, you know.
Hey, I'm from Jersey, by the way.
I was just gonna. I was gonna apologize to anyone who wasn't from New York that they kind of got robbed a little bit, because as a New Yorker, when you ran around the city and you saw some of the backdrops that might have been used in Daredevil or Doc Strange or wherever. Yeah. I mean, real talk, when I drove up the FDR, I stayed looking for Avengers Mansion.
You could Google it.
Real.
There's actual address.
Oh yeah, there's a website that'll let you know where everybody's
everybody's
address is in New York, real life. Mm-hmm. So you can like go find Doctor Strange, Sanctum, and all that other good stuff. Yeah. Yo, did you see that Marvel leak though? The leak of all the new covers.
Yes.
For the next coming.
Yes, please.
That's real.
Take my money, Marvel.
Talk about that because covers that's the hook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
but
Old Man Logan.
Yeah. So basically,
we're talking about this week's book.
So what's happening is Marvel, after they're done with Secret Wars, they're gonna have 42 brand new titles. Everything that's out now done. Mm-hmm. So 42 brand new titles.
They're 8 months ahead. Of the continuity.
So like, they released, somehow it got leaked, all the covers for all the new titles, so you can kind of figure out who's gonna live, who's gonna die, who's gonna be here, who's not gonna be here.
I mean,
But like, it's so crazy, like the levels they're gonna take it to. Like, I'm excited to see like how they're gonna have multiple Wolverines running around, and then one person's gonna be the Wolverine. Like, how they're gonna use certain characters. Like, they really went hard on the all female lineups too.
Well, and this leads into my next comment. There's been a lot of controversy with people being angry about what they consider to be Marvel's new PC, Disney-fueled PC approach. Like, instead of creating new characters, let's take a character that was already here and make him black, or make him a woman, or, this, that, or the other. And people are getting a little pissed about that.
Is this, a lot of this is like Peter Parker nerd rage? And I feel Nerd Rage all the time. I refuse to read New Nova because he's not a Richard Rider. And it's not because he's a Spanish kid. It's just because he's not Richard Rider.
Richard Rider is awesome.
Yeah. And it's just like, people will see a headline and be like, they're changing Spider-Man to be a black kid. And it's like, no, Peter Parker's still alive.
No,
Peter
Parker's
but
still
he's
Spider-Man.
older, I think,
different
now.
Spider-Man.
I think they're going to keep him older, which...
Well, I mean, he's already older. He's like,
No,
he's
but
got
I mean,
like
like,
30.
He's in his mid.
I'm not sure if they're going to carry over the Renew Your Vows, where he has a kid already.
Yeah.
Which I think would work because we're all in our 30s, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, we grew up with that Spider-Man. That's our Spider-Man.
Absolutely.
Miles Morales is...
I think Miles is awesome.
And he's great.
Yeah.
He's great, and my last name is Morales, you know what I mean? So,
that works for you.
really-
I think Miles is a great character. I mean, they had a lot of beef then too. Like
No,
you
I
said,
think
that
that's great,
was nerd
man.
rage. Like, oh, there's
That's
gonna, Spider-Man can't be black, and I was like, well, first off, in that universe, Peter Parker died.
Yeah.
This is a new Spider-Man. There's been a bunch of girls with spider powers before.
There's a Spider-Verse. There's a Spider-Ham.
Yeah.
There's, you know what I mean?
I mean, like if you're actually reading it, but I feel like
There's a Thor frog
See,
who has a vital role in comic books right now.
there's a better rate.
That's how
he's
real
been
it
there
is.
since the 70s.
What is he? He's like a horse with a Thor hammer.
Yeah.
At least he's an alien.
He's like a skeletal horse.
Like it's an actual frog with a hammer.
But
Like,
but be honest. What we're really getting to is we're getting to people's self-identification.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I had no problem with any of the heroes because I kind of saw myself in them, especially when Spider-Man puts the mask on, or Iron Man has, or even Batman has the cowl on.
Yeah.
You don't really see his face. Well, okay, but you know who he is. But we always kind of saw ourselves in these predicaments or as these heroes anywho.
Yeah.
So, I mean, me as a person of color had no problem being Spider-Man or had no problem imagining
Absolutely.
myself. So I just say, hey, get used to it. Get with it.
Yeah, there definitely was a huge uproar about a lot of this stuff, though. It was like people were, I mean, obviously we're looking at the climate that we're living in the country right now with a lot of interesting things happening in the real world. But certainly there were a lot of people, a lot of letters were written apparently when Sam Wilson took over for Cap. And I was like, look, this dude's been like a Captain America pseudo sidekick for how many years?
He's been carrying Captain America's weed.
Yeah, he's
Wild
been
America.
forever.
Let him get some burn.
You know what I mean? Like, he's a soldier.
He's been
trained.
rolling the Captain America blunt for years.
unless they retconned Falcon, he was a pimp. Never forget that.
Well, they definitely
He was, right?
He was a pimp. He was a pimp. Like, it's hard to find a black character in Marvel that at one point wasn't some sort of criminal. It's like Misty Knight and, like, I think Brother Voodoo are the only people. Yeah. And also Brother Voodoo looks like he's coming back to life, which makes me very happy.
Yeah.
And T'Challa.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, I mean, and Black Panther wasn't a criminal. He was a king.
All right, you're right.
Don't forget about the Panther. And Storm.
All right,
well, Storm.
Storm
was a thief.
Storm was a pickpocket.
Storm was a pickpocket. Storm was a pickpocket. Storm was a pickpocket. She was a thief. She was a thief.
Yeah, absolutely
She was a
right.
thief.
It's hella nervous out here.
Damn you, Marvel.
Storm got white hair and blue eyes too. It's just like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
They say stuff about Beyonce. It's like, Storm been doing this.
Right.
I heard a rumor that they wanted Beyonce for something in Marvel.
So, like, what I was saying,
She could be Misty Knight.
Yeah, she could be Misty Knight.
Yeah.
It's like a porn star's name.
I'm hitting.
Is there a porn star called?
I don't want. No.
Yeah,
no.
there's a porn star
No
called Misty Knight.
Beyonce.
Yeah, no Beyonce. But that's what
pop
I can see.
Enough said,
doing
man.
That. I can see a studio doing that because here's someone that would be super attractive to
a wide audience.
Right.
We know Beyonce. We'll go see it because Beyonce is it.
That would be horrible.
Yeah,
that would be horrible.
That would be a mistake. Let's jump into. We kind of already touched on it, but let's definitely jump into what's happening in the movieverse. Ant-Man's coming out.
Ant-Man.
Next week.
Ant-Man's gonna be great. That's like fucking the Honey I Shrunk the Kids, but
with punching.
Yeah.
punching.
Yo, I can't. First off, shout out to whoever is on Marvel's training staff. Because it seems like as soon as you sign that contract, you get abs.
You gotta
like
go.
off top.
As a trainer, boom.
It's amazing. It's like Paul. I didn't imagine Paul Rudd ever like being an action star, but I'm like, all right, I'm in it.
I mean, he's been like schlubbish for how long? But yeah, apparently that trainer got him in shape, man.
And there's a closet full of HGH.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
With Stallone's face on it.
Roided out of their minds.
Stallone's in the closet. Here you go.
Hey, yo.
They've got the cream and the clear.
No, give him more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think Ant-Man, I mean, the very first trailer was a little tricky. I think these trailers that have come since have been pretty impressive. I'm looking forward to
No,
it.
fucking Marvel's on a roll, man. Those guys have the formula.
Yeah.
But
Fantastic Four?
Fantastic Four.
We got to keep those separate because it's two different studios.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
Fantastic Four.
Wait, hold on. No.
Didn't do enough. Blade. Well, hold on for a second. We have to.
You heard that, right?
Wait,
we have to really give a moment of silence to Wesley Snipes for putting this whole thing in motion.
Well, I mean, without question.
Without Blade, right?
Yes.
Without
That's
Blade,
excellent point.
none of this. I mean,
Before
superhero
X-Men
movies
1.
did not work.
Yeah.
They were corny.
And it's a rated R superhero movie too.
Absolutely.
Fucking Blade.
That movie holds up.
Yeah, that movie's
It
great.
holds
The
up.
first one,
Stephen
and the
Norrington.
second one still hold
Yeah.
up. The second one, if you look at it, like
the second one is-
it's ridiculous that he's suplexing people, but you know what? We let him
Fucking
live.
elbow dropping, dude. That was Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first one and the
Fucking-
second one hold up.
That
The
movie
third
is a
one, I
masterpiece.
pretend doesn't exist.
Third one.
It's like
With the guy from
you know,
Prison Break as the ultimate vampire. Fuck you. Thank you very
the guy
much.
from Prison Break.
I mean, who
Prison
doesn't
Break.
fight listening to their iPod playlist?
I know, man.
I fight all the time.
Absolutely. Because
Fight all the
you know
fucking
you don't
time.
want to hear the enemies that are around.
But
You know what happens in a third movie, though.
yeah,
You know what happens.
Oh, absolutely.
They're just milking it now. They're
Yeah.
just milking it now.
the whole lot of nothing.
Speaking of that,
The Wesley
I'm
Snipes
sure we've all
said-
heard
What?
that Wesley's in talks with Marvel about either
Continuing,
reprising
yeah.
Blade as a character or perhaps doing something else
Bring
with
him,
Marvel.
bring him back. Bring him. Show this man love. Show this man
Yeah.
love for putting
I
this
think-
thing.
Yeah.
As Blade comes back out, it needs to be a rated R movie.
I don't
Like
think
this,
he should
that's
be
the,
Blade
that's the issue.
anymore, though. I think it's kind of like he should be in it,
I think you should
you
do
know. But as Blade again, I'm not
I think
sure.
she ought to be like an
He's
executive
great
producer.
though, man.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it'd be dope if he executive produced it. Maybe he was
it.
like
Well, he
his
helped
dad or
produce the other
something.
ones. So
The only thing
Yeah.
though are vampires swaggy right now. Vampires, I feel like their swag is kind of falling off.
a little bit. I mean, we can thank the glittery people for that. We can
Yeah.
thank those
And
glittery.
True Blood.
Yeah, they
True Blood
ruined the-
definitely kind of made. Zombies are in right now.
Zombies are so hot
Yeah,
right now.
fuck
Yeah,
it.
yeah, they are.
But I mean, like,
Zombies are the move right now.
Like, oh yeah,
yeah,
fucking
you can make a good Blade movie still though. Just
I think Wesley could do it.
yeah,
He
just
loves the
make
character.
Blade's not even in the comics anymore.
I know,
or if they
Like,
just
there's no new material written about.
oh he was in Mighty Avengers.
the last
He was in Mighty Avengers. Yo, Mighty Avengers is basically Black Avengers, which is why I bought it.
Yeah.
Like if you look at it, it's like oh, it's just everybody here is just black, and then they just put in like angry Doc Ock Spider-Man to be like, all right, you can't be completely upset about that.
I think just quickly as a side note to piggyback on that, I liked Mighty Avengers definitely because they brought back characters and they explained a lot of stuff that happened like in the 70s and they kept that.
Yeah.
Like this is what was happening in the 70s that led to this incident which leads to these characters all being here together.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool. It was I know the book's not going to continue, but
no, like Mighty Avengers it's Captain Avengers and the
it's
Avengers.
Captain America.
It's Captain America and Avengers.
and the Avengers.
Oh,
and the
they're-
Mighty Avengers.
They're becoming the
Mighty
Ultimates.
Avengers.
That's what it is. In
Yeah.
that leak, you see,
Yeah.
they become
Yeah.
Ultimates, and it's just like good. We still got
Take my money.
we got
Marvel.
our we got our black and brown
take me.
Avengers. We in there.
So TV shows.
The Punisher in season 2 of Daredevil.
First of all, let's give
Fucking casting.
two thumbs up to Daredevil. Seriously.
Yo, fucking yo.
Yo. I was more
Vastly
than
blown
impressed.
away. Vastly
Yeah.
blown away.
If I could have
Amazing.
a surgery to have another thumb added to my hand,
I would.
Yes.
To each hand.
Yes.
Then wiggle. And explosions. Boom!
I got a wonky thumb for you here.
It was fantastic. The writing was great. How they shot it was great. The casting was great. You know, I was cautiously optimistic. You know, I'm a huge Frank Miller fan. They pulled a lot from Frank's runs on
They should do
that entire season.
More titles like that.
They are.
The
They're,
show. I think X-Men would be a great Netflix show because there's so many characters. There's so much
Yeah.
to speak about. You know.
when they originally did it, the original plan was to have Daredevil come out, then they're gonna do Alias, Is it Alias?
No,
or
it's
Jessica
it's
Jones?
Marvel's Jessica
Yeah.
Jones. Now.
And then they're gonna do Heroes for Hire.
They're gonna
And
do
then-
Iron Fist
Yeah, Iron Fist and Luke Cage.
and Luke Cage, and then they're
Defenders is
gonna
be
do
called-
the Defenders.
Yeah.
Alright.
It leads up to the Defenders.
But yo, that's
They're
dope.
They're all street level heroes. I'm looking forward to it. Punisher's supposed to be
What about that casting though?
heavy in season
Jay
2.
was his name? Jay. It's the guy from Walking Dead. He's gonna be the Punisher.
Yeah, who's Shane? The guy who's
Yeah.
Shane.
Yeah, Shane.
Shane? Oh, I hate
That's-
him. I hate him, period, in life. I mean, I didn't like Shane as a character, but like every time I see him, I'm just like, I can't take you seriously.
Because now
for
you think
anything.
he's Shane, and we hate Shane.
He's a douche.
I hate Shane.
But
He's a douche.
I'm looking forward to season 2 of Daredevil.
Yes.
Arrow.
Arrow. I don't know.
Yo, is Arrow worth watching?
It's good.
Arrow,
It's not
Arrow
good.
started with a spark. I haven't been able to keep the wave up
Yeah.
in my heart for Arrow.
Yeah, it
After
goes up.
watching Daredevil, then you watch Arrow. You're like,
Now that is
Just
what
switch
did
over
it.
to the
Arrow,
Disney
I was like,
Channel.
okay, it's cool. Then after Daredevil, I was like, oh.
you're like, damn.
Boo.
But
Why you gotta do that, Mom?
I haven't opened up Flash yet though. Everyone is hollering.
Nah, the
for
Flash
that.
is great.
Flash gets
Yeah,
2
the
thumbs
Flash
up.
is good.
I was thoroughly
They
impressed.
must have a stellar budget to
Yeah.
do that show because
I was
Gorilla
thinking-
Grodd,
Yeah, it looked great.
that shit look Jurassic
I have to
Park
say,
worthy.
I really have to say, and I'm not a huge DC fan as far as what they put out, obviously, but they're doing well in TV.
Yeah.
Despite what we may think
Yeah.
about Arrow, Arrow is killed.
I still watch Arrow. I still watch Arrow.
Yeah.
Gotham, I still watch it.
Gotham is
Gotham
awesome.
Gotham's done really well.
Gotham's awesome.
Is Gotham good? The
Yes.
first reviews that I got from it were that the first episode was almost trash, and then it was like bad.
I think it was slow. It wasn't trash.
Yeah.
You definitely had to like let it build. But once that was done, it flew.
Yeah.
You just have to be open, man. You can't be so.
Yeah, you can't be
know,
stuck in like that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah,
This
you
didn't
just
happen.
gotta be like, you know what? They're
really
doing
have to accept
something
it.
new. Let me just to see where they go.
But you know what? I'm very much of the okay. Like if I'm watching a superhero movie, I don't care if you follow any plot points because like things have been retconned so many times. Just get the spirit of the character right.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
straight. And-
Joker's origin, I don't know. God.
Well, they didn't. We
don't know.
We don't really know if that's Joker.
Right. They haven't confirmed
They
yet.
kind of led us to believe that, but he might not be. We don't know.
I was afraid that they were going to pull a Smallville and put everybody in the show. And I was like, if everybody comes out in the show,
Yeah.
how old is Batman when he fights them? And how old
Yeah,
are they?
Exactly. So right now we're dealing with kind of an open world. They're playing around with some things. I think the writing and the development. I mean, it's Gordon's show. All these other people are in the show, but it's really Gordon and to a lesser degree Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. A great prequel to Year One. A great
Yeah.
prequel to.
Oh, yeah.
I
wow.
agree. I agree. If they get that far, I would be interested to see how that will play out. So far, so good with Gotham.
Has anyone watched the Gods and Monsters, Justice League Gods and Monsters shorts on YouTube?
Not yet.
Preparing that.
No.
Yeah, because they're about to drop the animated DVD, and I used to really look forward to DC animated movies, but the last couple ones have just been bad, man.
They've been
Like,
pretty good in the animation.
Yeah, but like
scene.
They
so
have definitely killed in the animation
the
department.
Suicide Squad movie is like it's entertaining, but like there's a lot of wasted opportunity there,
Yeah.
and it gets kind of ridiculous. Like there's a sex scene in there. in
Really?
this. Yeah, like it's
That's like when I saw the Chun-Li's boobs for the first time in the Street
Yo.
Fighter anime. I was like, 1995!
Yo, that was a golden moment. Like I was a kid, I didn't have
Oh, yeah.
access to any type of porn, and then when you're with your older cousins and they're like, "Yo, we watching Street Fighter,"
Look at the Chun-Li scene.
and then that's the best. And the best fight in that whole thing is right after that. That
With
best
Fei
fight in
Long
that
and-
movie, with Chun-Li and Vega. That's the best
Oh,
fight in the
that's
whole
right.
thing.
No, I was just thinking about the fucking boobs the whole time. That's why.
So yeah, what we were saying.
Enough said.
I agree with you. The Suicide Squad joint was not the move. It was cool, but I feel like it was kind of overdone, and I also feel like that was made because they already knew what they were doing with putting this film together, and it kind of was like getting people comfortable with those characters and with that world. I wasn't overly impressed.
Yeah.
Dark Knight Returns, they killed.
Oh, fire!
They did a great job.
That
on
was a good
Crazy.
adaptation.
I think all of the Batman ones they've done have been pretty solid.
Yeah, the
Word?
Son of Batman.
Son of
was kinda
Batman was garbage.
shit was
Well,
The animation was garbage. It is like hot, like throw it out
that
the
wasn't stellar.
window.
The
Yeah.
Batman vs. the Batman vs. Robin, which was like the cutout footage of the son of Batman.
Oh, is that what that?
I was like,
but you know what? I actually felt better about that than I felt about Son of Batman.
I mean, my kid liked it. And, you know, they was jumping around the house. I was like A+, guys. But I was watching. I was like, come on.
But I mean,
You guys have done this before.
Under the Red Hood.
Under the Red
was
Hood,
good.
Great.
impeccable. Under the Red Hood,
Under the
impeccable.
Hood was
Justice
great.
League New Frontier, impeccable.
Great.
Like all the Superman and Batman movies that also follow a timeline and keep tell a larger story.
Thread in, yeah.
Yeah, all of those fantastic, and it's like I'm not sure who's in charge of animation now, and you can tell because that's when like Young Justice got canceled,
Young
and
Justice,
Green Lantern got canceled.
It was that was absurd when all that stuff just got. Young Justice was one of the best cartoons they made since Justice League.
Yeah.
And Justice League Unlimited.
And the whole reason why is because there's this real big movement to not have long serialized cartoons. They want everything individualized so they can so they can syndicate it and so they can just air it whenever out of order and no one really cares. Yeah. And it's just.
But it was terrible to they were like we're all adults in here. Yeah. There were kids and adults who've been watching since Super Friends probably. Yeah. And Batman the Animated Series, the original one. Who all agreed this is a good cartoon. Like you get to season 2 and you're like, okay, cool. Then you get to the end of that and it's like, oh, it's over. Avatar Korra was like one of the best cartoons ever, and it still died a horrible, flaming death. Yeah. Because of issues with the studio versus the creators, man. Yeah, absolutely.
They had a 12 episode season, and one of them had to be a cut show because they were like, yo, you could either fire 3 people or figure out this budget because you want to fire people if you want this budget to show
keep going. Yeah,
we're gonna have to talk about why DC moved their offices out to LA.
Yeah,
to have the movie studio closer to the comic creative nexus now,
which is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we're like, it's two sides of the universe, the world we're living in now. I couldn't have imagined when I was a kid and we were sitting in the playground talking about how awesome it would be to have this movie or that movie, but they'll never do it. Yeah, and now it's several decades later and they're doing it.
I've been watching the Punisher on VHS with Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
What the fuck doesn't he have the skull? I hate this. This is going to be the future? Jesus.
We're living in a world now where studios... again, DC doesn't have its own studio. Warner Brothers has owned DC Comics outright since before the first Batman movie came out years ago. Yeah. So, to me, that definitely adds to their lack of output and certainly quality output. I think they've definitely excelled in the animation area because you've got guys directly involved with the company dealing with the animation. But now, like you said, they're moving their offices out to LA. They're all in the same place. We're talking about product placement, and this is going to be cereal, and this is going to be underwear. Like, not that they haven't done that since we were little, right? But now it's like so much more important. We're certainly looking at what's happening with Marvel now, being owned by Disney. I mean, they're the biggest marketing machine ever. Yeah, they own Marvel and they own Lucasfilm.
Wow. That right there. I mean, that's
and Pixar.
That's another
too,
right?
Well, I mean, Pixar they've owned for a long time, but I mean that came out of Lucasfilm.
But that just, but bro, that's like the conglomerate of entertainment. Right?
I mean, they're winning. How can they not win? They have tons of money to promote things, and they can say, hey, I mean, you've certainly been in the store since the first Marvel movies have come out, since the acquisition, and saying, why is there Avengers? I don't know, bubblegum in here.
Or why do they keep
my wallet?
Why do they keep using songs from old Disney animated movies and real Marvel movies?
Yeah, we're not accepting that.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even think about that. Pinocchio shit.
One of the worst things that did happen though
is we're out of time.
One of the worst things that did happen.
That's what happened.
I'm just gonna finish my thought very quickly. To wrap it up. It's wrong when you take something that was super awesome that already existed and edit it. I've seen people walking around with 2 different Secret Wars t-shirts on. The original with the mutants in it and the new one without. Yep. They completely removed all the X-Men.
They're enhanced.
All the characters. That's bullshit.
They're enhanced.
As the Mario Brothers theme song speeds up.
And that being said, I'm wrapping it up. So this has been Knuff Said.
Enough said!
I hope you guys had fun. We had fun nerding out here.
Shit, I know I had fun.
Yeah, you didn't yell this time.
I mean, no, I will.
Yeah, I
will
know, it's
eventually.
coming. It's coming.
Just getting warmed up. I mean, I do a Macho Man voice and all that. I mean, when I'm nervous,
Hey, little brother.
oh yeah, cup of coffee, man.
I am, of course, my one.
I am Danny Morale from Nitro Ordinary Geeks.
Yo, I'm the K Marco, boss level in the building.
Dallas Penn, internet's celebrity.
Dr. Phil. Stay healthy, guys.
I was great.
I love that your name changed
Where's-
twice.
Next time. Right?
Every
Right?
time
It
you
was
say
good.
something. We'll see you guys next time, man.
All right, later, guys.
Later.
Peace.
Bye-bye.